Welcome back to the Auto Insider, where you come to find out what's new, what's hot, and what's not in the automotive industry. Now, I think it's a long shot for this venue to make the hot category on the Auto Insider, but it's definitely new, and there's definitely a group I think this vehicle may work best for. When you're talking about a price tag around $22,000, 30 miles per gallon, and all the safety features that your young driver may need, this could just be my pick for your first time driving. And right away, you'll notice Hyundai took away all the fluff in the venue. If you've watched our other videos, or if you've seen other reviews of other Hyundai products, you know Hyundai has really stepped up their game and put a lot more high quality materials inside of their vehicles, as well as some things that we don't necessarily need. Starting from the key. When was the last time you saw one of these? Proof that the fluff is gone. Also inside, you'll notice the material in here. Now, while it's not anything that we dislike about it, it is a very simple fabric, water repellent, and it looks like it'll stand the wear and tear of maybe college road trips and spring break. And there's also plenty of room in here to take your friends around with you. And I say plenty of space. I think I was a little bit generous with my first impression. This is where I drive with the seat. The average young person may not sit back this far, but as you can see, it's a little bit tight. But they're teens going on spring break. This is enough room for them. One thing that we found that's not very Gen X, Gen Y, or even millennial friendly is there's no USB charger ports in the second row. Only cup holders you have here are here in this door pocket, and with the seat back like this, good luck getting to it. And while for the young people, this may be a bad thing, as a parent, this may be a good thing. If it's not comfortable back here, maybe not a lot of kids will want to ride with your kid. Again, not a lot of fluff. The remote here doesn't even have a way to open the hatch remote. You're going back to manual operation. But once you're here, there's decent cargo capacity here. And if you got just one kid going off to college, you fold these back seats down and there's plenty of room for their dorm room wares. And then you have a little bit of storage you can put here on top of the spare tire. If you watched any other Auto Insider videos, you know that we are real fans of cargo covers for hatchbacks. People can always peer through this back window, see what you have stored here, and unlike the trunks from the sedans and coupes that we used to drive, now there's no other way to hide your things here and keep them away from prying eyes. So, usually there's a problem with what do we do with the cargo cover in those off chances that we have to pick something up that we didn't know we were going to get before we left home. Where do we actually put this? Especially if I have someone in the second row. Well, Hyundai has done a really good job of making an ergonomic way to put this away. Lift this up, and there are rails, it slides down so it's there. You still have use of your cargo area, and when you're done, you can pull this back up, slide it back into place. Look here on both sides so that it's out of the way when you need it. So as we mentioned earlier, there's not a lot of fluff in this Hyundai venue, and we have to remember as auto journalists sometimes that that's not always a bad thing. We get so accustomed to vehicles with all the features and the big screens and all the buttons and able to change the light and colors. All those things just run up the price of a car. Even the remotes that have the push button start. So no fluff. You start the car with the key like old school cars did. You do have a decent sized infotainment system. I can see everything here on this infotainment system. There's no reason for any larger radio head. This Hyundai venue comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto that are wirelessly connected to the car. As you can see here, my Apple CarPlay screen connected, and here we are with all of our features on the screen here for our use. We can get our text messages, answer our phone calls, have our maps here. All of our apps that are on our smartphone are here on the screen. including the Odyssey app, which is how you can download and listen to the Auto Insider every Saturday morning from 10 until noon on News and Talk 1380 WAOK. Shameless plug. Also, you have here buttons, volume control. You can change radio stations, so you don't have to use this touchscreen navigation if you don't want. AC controls are here, no dual climate controls, just one climate control for both front seat passengers and the rear passengers, even though there's not any AC vents there in the second row. I did mention earlier there are no USB charging ports in the second row. There are 2 USB charging ports here, as well as the old school 120 volt charge. There's also none here in this center cup holder. Everything else pretty simple. You have your couple of different drive modes. So you have normal, sport, and snow. Not really sure how well that snow mode will work, but some of you who live in the Northeast, I'm sure will let me know. You have your multi-speed for your windshield wipers here. You have auto headlights with the auto dimming feature, which I think is a great feature on a vehicle in this price range. And here on the instrument cluster, we can see, you probably can't see it from this view, but all of our driver assistance settings features are here. We just use this button to go there, click OK, and this will allow me to choose my different settings, like my warning timer, my driver attention, forward safety, lane safety, blind spot safety, and parking safety. Volume control, radio station controls. We can answer our phones here from the steering wheel and choose our different modes for AM, FM, or other media like our Apple Carplay. On the left side of the steering wheel here, there's a button here to turn our lane keep assist on and off, and to turn off our traction control, which I would not recommend young people turn traction control off unless they're in a situation where they need those tires to spin for their safety. Again, not much to see here, but we're talking about a $22,000 car. Everything you need is here in this 2022 Hyundai Venue. That's all the time we have this week on the Auto Insider, but for more of what's new, what's hot, and what's not, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Then download the SoundCloud app and listen to all of our reviews in their entirety. We can't put this Hyundai Venue on our hot list, but it's new and there is a market for it. If you have someone going off to college, or maybe you're a recent college graduate and the budget's a little bit tight, we're talking about over 30 miles per gallon and a price tag under $25,000, this car will really tick a lot of your boxes. I'm Daryl Killian for the Auto Insider.